G'day, it is Dave from Amplify, and I'm speaking to Jared. Is that what we call it?
Yeah, Jared from Head PE.
From Head PE. Well, man, it's been 30 years in the making. How did it all come together? Where did it start?
Jesus, Jesus Christ.
It's
It
a
all
long time
start,
ago.
yeah, it all started in Huntington Beach, Southern California. You know, I signed my first record deal in 1995, put out my first record in 96. Then the next record uh, came out in 2000.
That's the one you're touring, really, isn't it?
That's the one. That's the one
25
that gave. That's the one that gave me a career,
There you
and
go.
the rest is history, I suppose, because Broke put Head PE on the map.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'd have to say it's most people's favorite record, but I hate that shit, right? Because I've done like 10 of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you've done a lot. You've done a lot of albums. I think you've done 20 now, 16, and a live, one live, and you've done a lot of music really in the last 20 years.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's a good thing. How did you
It's the,
go on?
it's my only skill. I have no
Well,
other skills.
if you ask, but when you say I haven't got any skills, I suppose everyone will look at themselves and say, look at someone else and say, gee, I wish I had these skills. But everyone's got something going on, and
You're
yours
right. You're
yours
right.
yours is obvious because you've got a career doing it. You've had a career doing it for 30 years. How did you arrive at like Head PE, Higher Education, Planet Earth, planetary evolution? How did you arrive at a name like that back 30 years ago?
Okay, well, it was a pretty silly name, isn't it? But we were originally just Head, HED. And that came from a song I wrote called Heavy Head, like, because I was depressed and always just like this. And my head just felt so heavy because of my depression. So then my partner, the guitar player, West Style, was like, let's name the band just Head. And so that we were that. But then when we signed the deal, the legal department said, no, you can't be Head. So I was reading a book about planetary evolution, right? And was really into it. And so I don't know. We were into like weird names like Rudimentary Peni and, you know, just weird punk rock names. And so we had PE. It's just what we did.
Okay, and so it's been 30 years. Did you say you're in Ireland?
Yeah.
That's where
I'm
you
on
live?
tour.
Oh
I'm
no,
on
you're
tour
in.
with I'm on tour with Drowning Pool and Spine Shank right now.
Oh, great bands.
Well,
Fantastic.
it's such a blessing. Yeah, huge crowds sold out every night. Cheers.
Well, but I would imagine uh, one of the things that I've learned getting older is as you get older, you get a little less detached to the pursuit and you have a bit more enjoyment with the experience, because everyone else is chasing stuff and you just want to turn up on stage and do what you love doing. So I suppose that's what you're doing at the moment. And it's a good
Oh,
place. I mean, there aren't too many
you
heart
are
attacks in Ireland or Scotland.
you are so right, my friend. I just enjoy rocking out so much. It's just the highlight of my day.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
the motivations have changed, of course,
yeah,
because of course, when it first started, it was just the cliche of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Now I'm
yeah,
a dad.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
I'm a proper husband.
Dad's iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. So, when I make money, it's so I can pay a mortgage and,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
put
No.
put food on the table.
What about
But
all the?
this,
One of the things I noticed was you've had, like, I do a lot of interviews and I interview some guys that have been together for 40 years and 30 years and they've only had one change or it's the same three guys or someone died and they replaced him. You've had about 20 or 30 different players. You've had a lot of people come through.
you know, yeah, but then again, like this lineup here, I've had for years. So, when you've been rocking for 30 fucking years,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, for me, there's been different epochs, epochs of time, So now I'm in the final, I'm in the last days of Head PE with the final lineup here.
What are you actually thinking that, or are you just saying that as an existential sort of comment?
I'm being dramatic and hyperbolic is
Yeah, no,
all.
I think you're probably knowing how some of these bands are coming back and the guys are 70, you'll probably come back in 10 years and we'll do another interview and you'll say, oh, well, so,
I
I have
hope
another,
so.
well, let's look forward to it. How would you
That'd be nice.
describe your sound and how's it changed over the 30 years?
Well, when we first started, it was more like trip hop, and like a lot of things going on at once. Um, when we first started, we had two guitar players and a DJ, six members, and everybody was doing something different. Now it's just the four-piece, kind of a punk rock, just bass, guitar, drums, vocals. So it's more straight ahead. Between not the '90s and now, I really went through like embracing that just kind of a stripped down punk rock instrumentation. you know, and
And
so
did the technical changes, did they help or didn't make much difference? Because there's been a lot of things happen in the last 30 years.
oh Jesus, I always tell this story, yeah, because our first record came out in '96. Uh, the technology is unrecognizable, right? We recorded that on tape. You had to get a U-Haul to take your music from recording to mixing to mastering, and then it turned into, oh, I have it here on my hard drive,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and now it just can exist in the cloud.
Exactly.
So
And
wow.
what about fans obviously have resonated for a long time. So for the last 25, 30 years, you've had a good following. There's no doubt about that. How is the changes? Because social media obviously came along during that time as well. Because before you were just relying on whatever was taking place from, however you can communicate. Whereas now they've got all sorts of different things that you've got to almost, like bloody TikTok and stuff like this that you don't particularly want to look at, but sometimes you've got to be a part of because your fans are sort of moving over there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have a career without the internet and technology the way it is,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
So,
Because what it did, it took away the kind of gatekeeping.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Where before the major record labels would decide who's going to get pushed and who's going to hear what. Now with the internet, it's just an open market.
yeah. So, which is, if you're smart, it's good. If you're
Yeah.
not, it's hard. But no, it can be. Like you said, you were depressed back 30 years ago, or whatever. Today I think thought fucks people up more than ever because basically there's a lot of different choices, a lot of information coming through non-stop. Whereas before, at least, we had a bit more time or a bit more space to take information in. Now you get information in 2 seconds. You know exactly what's happening. So,
It's making us ungovernable.
well,
Anyway, let's not go
especially
there.
especially in the States, and we won't go there. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Before we get on to your music, what influences? What were your influences over that time? Like who are the bands? You've obviously toured with plenty of people, but who are the
Nine
bands
inch
that you've sort of
Nine
followed?
Inch Nails, Nine Inch Nails,
Yeah,
Corn,
yeah,
um,
superstars.
um, Dr. Dre,
Yeah,
uh, Black Flag,
yeah,
Suicidal Tendencies.
yeah. Well, Psycho's. He's a great guy, Psycho.
I love that guy. He's a god to me.
He's a fantastic guy. Super,
Yeah,
super conscious guy these days too. Just a really nice guy.
yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah. Well, they're out here at the moment touring with Metallica, and Metallica was a support band for them at the start. So and he does the same thing. I had an interview with him a couple of months ago, and he's talking about Linkin Park, and he's talking about all these bands like they're just down the corner. All these people that, if they walk out on stage in most stadiums, people would bloody fall over. And, he's got them rolling off his arm as people that he sort of hangs with and does all this sort of stuff with. So it's a pretty cool scene, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, your latest album was released in May, new and improved. Uh, is that still what you're punching? Like when you come out next year, is that what you're going to be?
No. What our latest album, well, anyway, when we get to Australia, we're just playing broke.
Okay, so it's a
People,
pro tour.
yeah, we've never done a tour like that. And you know how all the bands do that anniversary tour of
Yep,
their biggest record?
yep, yep, yep.
That's what we're finally doing, an anniversary tour of our biggest record.
Oh, well, that's going to go down well. How many times you been here?
How many songs?
Now, how many times have you been here on tour?
Oh, Jesus.
Lots.
10 or 12. 10
Yeah.
or 12.
Well, you know that as fans, we're usually pretty well renowned around the world as people who enjoy coming to a concert. So,
Well, I think that it's one of our biggest markets would be Australia, New Zealand, Ukraine,
yeah,
Moscow. Those are like some of our biggest markets.
Ukraine still?
Well, we haven't been there since all the
No,
drama.
no, 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 no. Well, that's another thing that we won't get into talk about because it's another head
Yeah,
fight.
let's
Okay,
not.
okay. So you've got like we spoke about, you've got 20 albums in your past. Is there new music on the drawing board?
Yeah. Like our last record um, was Detox, and it came out and was number one on iTunes Hard Rock for 10 days.
Congrats.
The follow up to Detox is going to be called Relapse, and that's coming out in the summer of 26.
Okay, and the summer of 26 is July for you guys
Yes.
because it's the other end for us. It's the middle. So in the winter of 26 for us, the
Okay.
new album's going to come out, and we'll look forward to it. Can we expect that you're going to play a couple of the songs in February?
No, February's only broke.
Only broke the whole. Well, there you go. No problem. Well, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So,
Yeah.
so it's got to be
I'm
broke.
excited. I'm excited.
Okay. So your non-point tour is happening next February. What are you looking forward to? What can the fans
Well,
expect?
Non-Point is a band that's huge in the States, much bigger than us, and they take us out in the States. So we're stoked to bring them to Australia.
And what are you gonna? But I can imagine there'll be a lot of non-point fans there checking
I
out
guarantee it.
HPE and getting on board. So I'm sure that'll be
Guaranteed.
the case. What are you looking forward to? What is there any particular places you're looking forward to get to most, or the
Every
whole?
single town, every town is great. I'm sorry when we get there, I can't pick just one. We're gonna film it and record it. And so I'm really excited.
Cool. Well, that's cool, man. Okay. Talking about 9 Point, if you could perform with any music artist, alive or dead, who would you choose? Why?
Bob Marley.
We just had the
It's
original
easy.
Wailers out here too. They're touring at the moment as well, so it's very topical. But
You there?
Bob, yeah, absolutely. So Bob's the
Yeah,
lead, obviously.
definitely. Bob Marley.
All right. What's the best thing about performing to a live audience?
Wedding and yelling and screaming and just like just getting it all out.
Is it similar everywhere? Like everyone knows the music, and so there might be different, animation in different places because they might be a bit, Japan might be different to the culture might be different to, Australia or whatever. But when they're jumping and singing the songs back, does it feel like you're in a You don't know where you are, or do you always pick up that you're in a particular place?
Each place has its own vibe. Each place has its own vibe. Every pit is different. Every mosh pit has a little bit different energy to it.
And do you ever, surf it or no?
Oh my God, I used to. I haven't. I haven't jumped out in a while.
It can get pretty dangerous these days, so it's probably not advisable. Especially, it can get pretty dangerous. Well, that's the other thing. How do you find, because we spoke about the fact that the less pursuit as you get older, the body changes as you get older too. How do you find the physical requirements these days versus 30 years ago? You still find jumping around? Look at you, eh? Super fit, Superman.
I do a lot of working out,
There you go.
and, and I'm trying to like take the right peptides and whatever.
Isn't Jar like Jarhead, HEAD? Isn't that an army guy or something or other? Isn't that what they call
It's actually pronounced Jared.
Jarred? Yours is,
But
but I'm
my
saying
name's
Jarhead.
my name's Jared.
No, I know, but I'm saying the word itself, Jarhead with HEAD, doesn't that relate to a Marine or something like that in boot
A,
camp?
a jarhead is a Marine, but it's supposed to be spelled Jahred.
It is JRHED. I've got it.
Okay, okay.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's go for some. We're going to finish off soon. Let's finish off with some stupid questions that everyone always likes to find out. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? And I couldn't imagine that there's probably 20 of them you couldn't tell me about because they'd probably all put you in jail. So,
Yeah, or get me in trouble with the old lady.
yeah.
But no, but I'm a straight shooter ever since she crossed my path. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, so what's the craziest thing? Wow,
That you can
that's
talk about.
that's a tough one.
You can pass.
Wow.
You can pass.
Yeah, I can't think of crazy shit when I'm on the spot, dude.
That's all right. You can pass. What's the one topic you can talk about for hours?
Um, aliens.
What was that?
Aliens.
Aliens, really?
Yeah.
Really? Is that something that you carried from your youth, or is that something you just got into recently?
Well, no, I've been into it since my youth, but now it's like I've been vindicated because in our country, all of it's really coming out. Like in Congress, people are testifying about, you know, uh, alien craft retrieval and back engineering of the technology. And so everything I've been always hollering about is coming out in the open now.
I'm gonna think about you in the coming years when someone discovers that,
Yeah.
uh, there's another life form on the place.
Yeah, yeah. At PE, we're known for that kind of, paranormal lyrics and tunes as well.
What's the thing you like most about yourself?
Oh shoot, not much.
No, I think you've got a healthy appreciation of yourself. I think the difficulty is uh, when you perform, especially when you start reasonably young, you don't have. It's not a normal relationship with ego because your body, you keep getting elevated somewhere, and there's a constant stream of stuff. And like you said, you get the money and you do the drugs and and so it's just a different life. And so you've got to pull yourself back at some stage. And when you pull yourself back, you've basically got to learn to be someone different, but doing the same sort of thing. So it must be a very challenging sort of. Everyone else sees it as glamour, but it's a chore to sort of, work it all out as you move forward.
Well, you're right, and like then a lot of us musicians, or artists, do this out of insecurity in the first place.
I interviewed, I can't even remember, he's got millions of followers in a band, and he wouldn't sit for the interview, and he took the phone and he had to walk around the park walking with the phone down. We had a half an hour interview as I saw his face sort of from below. So everyone's got a different sort of thing. Now he's a performer to arenas, but he can't sit for an interview. So it's an
That
interesting
is a
thing.
trip.
I'm going to do a series at some stage where I start talking to people about those sorts of insecurities because I reckon it'll be interesting to find out how people click, not just how they perform. All right,
Right.
let's finish on these. These can be all time or they can be just now. Favorite album?
Favorite album. Oh, Houses of the Holy.
Oh, it's a great album. Favorite
Yeah.
artist?
Favorite artist, Bob Marley.
There you go. But you'd be surprised, really, how many, people that have been around for a fair period of time, 30, 40 years, 'cause I do lots of interviews, always talk about a favourite artist that's basically, from their youth. You would be
Right.
surprised because it's not a progressive sort of thing. Favourite movie?
Actually read an article that uh, that's we as music humans listening to music, they researched that and it's true what you said. People are always choosing from their youth. Favorite movie? Hmm, let's go with There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood. What a great movie that is too.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a huge fan of the genre, but that's a great movie. Favourite place to visit? Australia, obviously, because we're just doing this interview.
Favorite place to visit, I think, is going to be Australia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How many? So you've done everywhere. What really did? What place did you really like touring most in terms of
I
the
enjoy it.
visitor and
You know what? It's hard to choose because I love touring where I'm at right now, United Kingdom. I love England. I'm in Ireland. I love all of it out here. I also had a great time in the Philippines, though.
that's interesting. Have you've done South America, I presume?
No, but we might be heading there
They're
with Film
fucking
Music
mad
next
down
year.
there, man. They are so they've got like Yatra and all that. They've got all sorts of artists that have 40 million followers that no one knows about, sort of thing, because
Right,
they're
right,
sort of in the West and they've got huge music followers, huge down
right,
in Brazil and in Mexico and all that. So
right.
you might have trouble getting out of there if you get in. If they don't like you, they don't do the Sid Vicious throw a bottle. They probably pull a gun, so you
Oh
might be in
shit!
trouble. But favorite venue to play
The Machine Shop,
in?
Flint, Michigan.
Flint. Uh, favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza. You're going to love our pizza in comparison to the pizzas you eat. These floppy things in the States. I can't work it out.
Oh,
Favorite
yeah, I've enjoyed some Australian pizza for sure.
favorite drink?
My favorite drink is going to be Pinot Noir.
Pinot, yeah, a red. Favorite person in history apart from me?
All right. Favorite person in history? That's a tough one.
Now they can be
Hmm.
contemporaries, or they can be, Mandelas or Dr. King, or they can be inspirers, they
Right.
can be kings, they can be God, they can be whatever you want. I couldn't care.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Bob Marley again.
When you think about, and I don't want to, talk too much, but when you think about what these guys had to go through, because Bob, they couldn't just perform,
Right.
they were discriminated against basically everywhere they went
Mm,
because they were different. They weren't white, and
right.
so it's an enormous. They must have had big you know characters to be able to carry that across and still create and do everything that they needed to do.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
Favorite
amazing.
tattoo. This is the last one. Favorite tattoo. I saw.
Um,
I see you got it on your
um,
sleeve there.
okay. Favorite
No
cartoon.
tattoo.
Oh, tattoo.
Yeah.
How about my um this one here that says "Dad, look." That my, my
How many kids you got?
I have a eight. My girl and I, we have a 18-year-old boy and a 4-year-old daughter.
Well, the 4-year-old's perfect age. The 18-year-old boy probably gives you a few dramas. So I would.
Yeah, he's headed to university, so I wish him the best.
Good on him. All right, and just before we go, look, it'd be remiss of me not to get some sort of a commentary on what's happening in your dear old country, because basically, in the rest of the world here, we're just looking over there, and it's like a TV series, and each episode keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and you keep on scratching it. It's like watching those "There Will Be Blood" and saying, "Oh my God, they can't keep killing people this way." No one will be left.
Well, sir, it's so scary right now that I really don't want to comment on it.
It's too hard. I appreciate. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
All right, and it's too. It's definitely partisan. So you lose half your fans.
Divisive. Divisive. Yeah.
You lose half your fans if you said the wrong word. So let's not worry about it. That's it,
Yeah.
man. That's all there is.
Thank you, brother.
Namaste.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much. You have a good night. Thanks
You
for
have a great tour. We'll
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
it. We'll promote it, and we'll keep promoting you. I always enjoy. I think I'm relational, so I always enjoy meeting people. So now when I promote you, I know why I'm going to promote you.
Thank you, brother.
Good on you, mate.
Maybe I'll see you soon. Have a
Well,
good
you
night.
may see me next February.
All right, brother. Thank
See you
you.
later. All the best.
Okay, bye.
Bye.